Howdy, friends. I have an interesting series for you. Maybe not. We'll see what you think. To talk a little bit about Sabbath this week. It's not something we typically talk about. There are churches that really tie tightly to it. But the idea of Sabbath is just rest. And in this current climate where it feels like you never get away from work, some of you may have the opposite, but when you're always near your computer, your phone, whatnot, it's hard to take a break, and you are forced to. In my life, I'm very lucky to have a 6-year-old who necessitates, requires that I take Sabbath time with her, or else. If you remember those days or are currently living in them, you understand when a little one is ready to spend time with a parent. There's only so much putting them off you can do before they get very, very upset. So I figured we'd talk a little bit about Sabbath, as it's a topic a lot of my colleagues and I talk about, and we talk about with a lot of people, about how do you take a break when the world does not want you to. And you'd think in this current climate you would be able to take it easier, but the studies that are coming out time and time again right now are saying that people are working longer hours because there's no separation between work and life. Go figure. So the whole idea of Sabbath starts with a very, very familiar passage to you. We talked about the beginning, the creation story this past Sunday in worship, but this comes at the end of the first story of creation. It's actually the second chapter of Genesis, and it reads, "Thus the heavens and earth were finished, and all their multitude. And on the seventh day God finished the work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all the work that he had done. So God blessed the seventh day and hallowed it, because on it God rested from all the work that he had done in creation." The biblical command is, if you will, go with things like biblical commands, is pretty clear. You work, you take a break. The modern creation of Sabbath at one point in time, when labor laws went into effect so that people weren't working 80, 90, 100 hours a week, 7 days a week with no breaks, was the weekend. That's why we celebrate Labor Day. That was part of those reforms, and the idea that when you do your work, you should take a break. And it turns out every single study that's ever been done by any reputable firm has found that employees and people who take breaks are more productive. You can work 60, 80, 100 hours a week, right? And you can say, I'm doing that hustle to do it. But your level of productivity, creativity, everything just goes down further and further and further. And so in the creation story, God creates everything, right? From lights, sun, animals, people, and then says, everything's good. It's time to rest. It's time to take a break and move on and enjoy what we have. We'll talk more tomorrow, but just how are you going to take a Sabbath today? We'll talk a little bit more about how the different things the Sabbath do. So we'll see you soon. Enjoy and be well.